From supermarket to factory floor, another regional New South Wales business that is looking at ways to reduce their environmental impact is based in Urella, New South Wales.
Phoenix Foundry is a manufacturer of bronze plaques. We've been in business since 1983. We supply bronze plaques to mainly the cemetery industry. We have customers all over Australia, the UK and in Canada. That is the large proportion of our business, but we also do other work for various other organisations like coats of arms or other commemorative plaques on demand.
With over 35 employees, Phoenix Foundry is the largest private employer in the New South Wales town of Urella. Public perception in the local community is important to this industrial business. It is now seen as proactive and conscientious. Sustainability efforts and outcomes have contributed to a cleaner, greener operation.
Well, we're a fairly large player in a very small community, and it's very important to us that our community perceives that we're doing the right thing by the environment and by the community around us. Foundries have a reputation for being pretty dirty, smelly places, and we've tried very hard to try and dispel that.
Over the last few years, Phoenix Foundry has undertaken actions at their own expense to help the foundry become a leader in regional New South Wales in regards to energy reduction without sacrificing jobs.
For years now we've been trying to put this business on a more sustainable level, both financially and environmentally. We've done many things over the years to try to improve our practices. From years ago implementing a paperless office system, we have also reduced our power consumption quite considerably over the years. We've installed a new very efficient electric furnace which uses much less power much less resources than our old gas-fired furnace used to do. Our improved moulding practices have also meant that we use far less sand, less binder, and there's less wastage when we pour the plaques. Everything that is any products that we can is recycled, so if we actually have any leftover metal from the pouring process, it goes straight back into the furnace to be reused again. We've also recently implemented a reusing molten metal, so we put the metal back in hot, which means that it takes much less energy to melt it, and is much more efficient that way. We're also having discussions with about reusing our sand. You have for the moulding sand, so that we could perhaps use it again in our moulding processes, or finding some other methods of using that sand which currently is not being used. We use about a quarter of the energy that we used to use before we implemented all these improvements.
And Phoenix Foundry's message to other businesses considering the sustainability path?
Well, I think the big thing to learn from this is that you can do this without, it doesn't cost a fortune to do it. In fact, there are often economic benefits to implementing better sustainable practices, as well as the feel-good factor, as it were, for people to see that you're doing the right thing. There's actually definite economic reasons for doing this, and it does mean that your business is better placed to survive into the future.